I'm here reporting for Arabs Today from Parliament Square, London, with Jenny MacDonald. Jenny, could you tell us about your involvement with this project?
Yes, certainly. I met Eve Ensler. She is an amazing playwright and an activist and a feminist about over a year ago now, when she came to London to do a play that my company that I work for as volunteers, Restless Buddha, were producing, called A Memory, a Monologue, a Rant and a Prayer. And Eve had this amazing idea that on V-Day, which is her charity she set up 15 years ago, that we would rise today on the 14th of February 2013 throughout the world. We'd get every country involved and we'd get 1 billion women and men, everybody dancing to end violence against women and children. And that's why we're here today, is to say it's not just a social thing. It's everybody has violence against women and children. It's got to stop.
We are women are fighting for I mean, because we have already rights, but still, like, we can't get all the position as men have. But I think it's about the psychological thing, because maybe we are just scared of it. We're just scared, you know, of being like businesswomen, of doing very, like, you know, also in the filmmaking. There is still not a lot of women, like as a directors, as a cinematographers. So that's the thing, because it belonged to men before, but we have rights now to be a part of it, but it's still, we are not there yet.
Yes. There's a lot of MPs here, actually. It's good. Including the guys who are supporting us. Bless them. Yay! I don't think we're going to...
Hi, Leon, it's Carl speaking. I'm very good indeed. I've just got this 1 billion rising
we're just MPs, we do it with our faces and our voices, right? We don't need the placards, we can tell the nation in the chamber, which is what we need.
Make sure you do.
We will.
Keep on fighting, Fiona. Oh yeah,
I don't object to that.
it's all about education.
Yeah, I am leading a debate in the House of Commons this afternoon about sex and relationships education becoming mandatory in schools.
Absolutely.
So that we can prevent violence against women.
Absolutely.
Not just deal with the perpetrators, but actually make the next generation of women safe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well done, Bernard. Brilliant.
Well done.
Today's protest is about the violence against women and girls that goes on every day, not just in this country but around the world. And what we're trying to do is to highlight the problem of domestic violence and try to ensure that we take steps to remedy it. And we're having a debate this afternoon on compulsory sex and relationship education for children in schools that will teach them about the wrongs of sexual violence. So I'm hoping that we're going to have a very productive debate this afternoon and come up with some real solutions to make a difference for women and girls.
Oh, right, okay, there she is. Right, okay, let's go around the corner. Do you mind getting...
My name is Bernard Jenkin. I'm the Member of Parliament for Harwich and North Essex. I'm here to support a worldwide campaign against violence against women. And it is an extraordinarily unremarked fact about how many women are subject to violence, very often by their own partners and their own families. And it's something we should be far more intolerant about, and it's something we could do much more about just by highlighting the facts. And today there's a debate in Parliament supporting 1 Billion and Rising campaign to try and highlight the problem of violence against women. And it's not just in other people's countries and in countries with very repressive regimes. This happens in our own country and in my own constituency. at last the police are taking more and more trouble about domestic violence against women, which is a very serious problem in many of our towns and cities and communities.
Thank you everybody who's come here to join, not just us in Parliament Square, but people across the country, from Aberdeen to Penzance and across the world as well, rising against the horrible violence that destroys the lives of too many women and girls, too many families, too many young men whose lives are destroyed. Here in this country, 1 in 5, 999, is still about domestic violence. We cannot let that continue behind the curtains, hidden away. We know that 1 in 3 teenagers in relationships say they have experienced physical or sexual abuse. We cannot allow that to continue based on her abusers. And she wasn't just let down by the abusers, she was let down by the criminal justice system. And that is why we have to stand for her and for millions like her, for a million women across the world. That's why we're here today. Thank you for being here with us. We will all stand together. It's a bit unfair to try to follow that, but I just want to say how brilliant it is to see you all here, ready to rise in solidarity, to dance in solidarity with women all around the world, and to say that here in Britain it is absolutely outrageous that 60,000 women are raped every single year, that it is absolutely unacceptable that 2 women every week are killed by a partner or an ex-partner. And I absolutely support the PASG education in all of our schools for boys and girls. But as well as education in our schools, we also need the media to stop their relentless objectification of women. Because what that does is to build a culture of normalisation, and we are here to say that there is nothing normal about violence against women or girls. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for rising and dancing, and we will get rid of violence. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Fiona McTaggart. I'm MP for Slough, and I'm going to be opening the debate in the House of Commons on that. And actually, one of the messages of 1 Billion Rising is all of us can do our own kind of rising. In the House of Commons, I have a fantastic platform to make this argument. In this square, women over there are dancing for the argument. All of you can do an action. And that's what 1 Billion Rising is about. It's about saying to us all that we actually do have the power to change the world. And unless we change the world so it's safe for women to live in, it isn't safe for any of us. So think about, how are we going to change the world? That's the message of 1 Billion Rising.
Hi everybody, I'm Jane Ellison, I'm a Conservative MP. I started the all-party group Female Genital Mutilation, and I'm here today on behalf of the many hundreds of thousands of girls across the world and in the UK who don't want to be cut and mutilated. But I'm here to show support that this is a cross-party issue. I'm here with my Conservative colleagues, male and female, to make the point that though we may not always agree on the means, we very much agree on the ends. And it's really important that we make that point, that we're here, this is a cross-party movement, it's incredibly serious. And remember, whatever we debate today in the Mother of Parliament, divided we fall, united we rise. I'm here because before I came to Parliament, I was a police medical examiner, and I've been there in the night seeing women bleeding and hurt from sexual violence. And I've seen as a doctor the lifelong devastating impact that this has. And I'm here to tell people that no means no, and that sexual violence will not stand. We will not stand for it. And it's not just about education in schools, which I absolutely support. It's about people in their own homes teaching men and boys to respect women, and for women to stand up and be counted, and to always report, and tell your friends to report, support them to report sexual violence, because unless that is reported and punished, this will continue.
109 women killed by male violence in 2012. Enough. Stop. No more women.
I work for an organisation called NIA. We provide domestic and sexual violence services for women and children. Last year, in the first 3 days of 2012, 7 women in the UK were murdered by men. 3 were shot, 2 were strangled, 1 was stabbed, and 1 was killed through 15 blunt force trauma injuries. That inspired us to start making a list of the women in the UK killed through male violence. By the end of the year, we'd counted 109 women. We're here today to rise in their memory and say enough is enough, no more women.
Karen, is this a personal issue for you? Is this something that you've been affected by?
All women are affected by violence against women.
Thank you, Karen.
We're both studying gender studies at Cambridge, so we're obviously interested in the issue of women's empowerment, and we feel that the fight to end sexual violence and physical violence against women is really, really important.
I'm rising today because it's disgusting that 1 in 3 women will be raped or beaten in her lifetime, and it's about time that the whole world wakes up to this reality and fights back.